Hey, mamas and friends, it's Sarah from Late Night Coffee Moms here with you again on a late night write on Wednesday. Yeah, okay, so we're running a little bit behind already, but I've got my coffee. Hopefully, you guys have your coffee. I went out with my daughter tonight and we had some coffee at a little local coffee shop, and I've just poured my own brew back into the cup because I don't want to get another dish dirty. Every dish washed takes away from writing time, family time, thinking time, brain energy, all that kind of stuff. Oops, sorry, I bumped my table. So I don't remember if let me grab a pen. Let me get extreme close-up. Sorry, guys. Probably too close for comfort there. All right, I don't remember if I've written at all this week since the last time I wrote with you. I feel like I have, but I don't think I actually did write. I think I outlined, and I outlined like crazy because this mama got new Sharpies. So she was able to attack her legal pad, just like I told you I would, with all my Sharpies and my color coding and all that stuff. You see, I can't show you too much because I don't want you to know what's going on, but most of it's in code. So you see my blue side and my red side. Well, I write it kind of like a timeline, and then I start asking questions like, well, I need this person to get here, and in order for them to get there, they have to know this and this and this. How do they figure that out? Well, my blue side, at least on this piece of paper, is my heroine, and the red side is my and they each have their own timeline. However, you are only, when you're reading my books, you're only going to see the heroine's timeline. But the villain's timeline is just as important. You need to know what they're doing as a writer in their heads before they start, before you jump into the story. Because if I have my heroine over here, but my villain is over here, and he doesn't even know she's on to him or whatever, or her or whatever, then how do they know to avoid her? Or how do they know to drop false clues? Or how do they know to kidnap her? Or that kind of stuff. So I keep two timelines, one for my villain and one for my heroine. And that helps me keep it straight, because there's parts of my villain's life that nobody but me as the writer will ever know, ever see, will ever make the story, will ever matter to anyone but me. So that's kind of interesting, huh? But my heroine, you're going to know most of what happens with her, because she's the one the story's actually about. It's about her and how this episode in her life changes her, and how she grows through it, and what she learns to do with the skills she acquires during it. So I did outline here. I'll just show you. Like I said, I don't want you to read my writing, but my writing is really messy anyway. So there's my timeline. Woo, where cameras go backwards. All my timeline of all my stuff, because it's going to help me keep my story straight. Hi, Laura. It's going to help me keep my story straight, and I need to know what both parties are doing at all times. The side characters, I fit into my heroine's timeline, but my villain, his timeline's all his own, unless he interacts, like I said, by dropping false clues or kidnapping somebody or running away and hiding. So that's just one thing I didn't even think about as something a writer would have to do until I started writing these stories. I just figured, you know the heroine story, and you know this, and this, and this, and you don't even think about that you've got to know the villain too, and you've got to know what they're thinking, and you've got to form a complete personality with them, because they're important and they are driving a lot of your story. Without that, your heroine, without the villain, the heroine would just stay at home living her normal life, and books are boring if that happens. If you just sit at home and nothing ever changes. So my word count right now is let me see, what was my starting word count? like I said, I don't remember if I wrote anything since last time. 57,319. Let me flip back. I got my notebook again, and I've got all my sprints listed out. I have 5 sprints on here, but we'll see what I'm able to handle and what you guys are able to handle. Nope, I haven't written since last time. So there we go. And my goal was to write 500 words a day at least, but that hasn't happened. But maybe the rest of the week it will. All right, so I'm going to use my timer today, but I'm not going to use the tree one that I used last time. This time I'm going to use another one called Write-O-Meter or Write-O-Meter, depending on how you want to say that. And it's specifically for writers, and you get to list your projects on it and all that kind of stuff. And you do word sprints. So let's see. Here I go. And I'm going to do I don't know if I want to do 25 full minutes. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 25 minutes for our first round. So gather your supplies. If it's a journal, a homework, a book, laundry you're planning to fold, anything you need to focus on, stick with me for 25 minutes, and I'm going to focus on my story while you guys focus on whatever you need to do. I love it if you would write with me, but if not, if that's not your thing, go do your thing, and I'll see you in 25 minutes. All right? Okay. I'm finding my place. Can you hear my kids? They're a little bit distracting. They're supposed to be asleep. Does it sound like sleep's happening back there? It doesn't sound like it's me. Maybe it's just my mom ears. Yeah, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. You guys know my kids. They're way too old to be crazy right now. Can you guys hear them? Oh, it's not my table. Sorry. Ah. Hey, Ray. We got about 5 minutes left of our first round, and then I'll start jabbering again. All right. Hey, Brianna, 25 minutes is up. And let's see, for my first round, oh my goodness, I think I did pretty good. For my first round, I ended at 57,875 words. Nighttime math is not good to me. Let's see. Okay. So I'm just going to highlight what I've already done and take it up to where I started. I think her eyebrow was where I started. And so that makes it 557 words. Not too bad. So that's 557 words in 25 minutes. I guess I'm never happy with my word sprints because I think that's pretty good. But of course, I'm not satisfied with it because I want to be just spewing out words so that I can get this puppy finished. And yeah, my thoughts just don't move that quickly, or my fingers don't move that quickly. I don't know what it is. So if you're writing alongside of me, take this time to save your file. I'm doing that right now because as we were doing this sprint, I accidentally deleted a whole paragraph and I was able to redeem it. But oh, my brain freaked out for about 30 seconds there because I did not have this paragraph that I had been I had just written. So let's see, I'm having coffee break time. What are you guys drinking? Are you guys having any coffee? I was considering having matcha tonight instead of coffee, but I didn't want to take the time to make it. I make mine with almond milk and water on the stovetop. And then depending on if it's just me drinking it or if it's my daughter drinking it too, I'll put cinnamon and some honey in it, and I get that all hot and bubbly, and then I put my matcha powder in it, and use that little whiskey thing. It's like bamboo, the little whisk, and I whisk it up really good, and then I use my milk frother, the battery operated milk frother. I stick it in there and I froth it all up, and then I pour it in my mug. And I love matcha because sometimes, believe it or not, I can get coffeeed out. Oh my goodness, my face. All right, so let's do another round. Let's do this one. Let's go a little bit shorter because I see a lot of people have been popping in. And I'm telling you, unless you're writing alongside me or focusing alongside me, it's pretty boring to watch a writer write. But you would be surprised how many write-alongs there are, especially during November, which is NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. There are tons of write-alongs and sprints because writers get lonely. And if you just go on YouTube and write along or word sprint or whatever, there's a lot of them are on there. And now mine are too. So that's pretty cool. We'll see if I get to meet any other writers from our group there. Let's see. Let me get this timer going. I think we're going to do this timer. Let's do, let's cut it in half. Let's do about 15 minutes. Does that sound good? Oh, it sounds good to me. I wish I could write all nights where I can and do write all night, and then I just do not sleep. I already see some holes in my story, like people's names I've forgotten, and I'm going to have to go back to my, the directory. No, if you get my reference, you can write it down there. It's a book. It's like a journal that I make of all my characters and everything they've done and everything they're doing and the names of. It's like a directory of my imaginary world, because I can't just go down the street and make sure the facts are valid. I can't fact check it on, what is that? I can't remember the name of that fact checking place because it's late and my brain isn't there. So, yeah, it's my story, so I can't fact check it. All the facts are in my head or written on paper. So I have a little journal that I keep up to date with the names of my characters, the names of my places, the timelines, when people's birthdays are, what color eyes they have, what kind of pets they have, all that kind of stuff, because continuity from book to book is very important. If I say my main character has brown eyes in my first book, and then 3 books later I say she has green eyes, maybe some readers won't pick up on that, but that's something I would pick up on, and I'd be kind of disappointed in the author, like, get it together. And it's also something that would just needle at my head until I went back to that original and read it to make sure I wasn't going crazy. That happens with sitcoms and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, like, it drives me crazy, and I'll actually stay up in my mind all night thinking of something crazy, like I don't know, like Monk. At the end of Monk, we learned something about Trudy and a professor that happened before she was with him, but like 2 or 3 seasons before that, we see that they were together in university before she said that happened. That drives me crazy. And it's just worded just enough that the writers can get away with it, and we're just kind of supposed to forget. And yeah, it could have happened before. And you just know it doesn't fit. The timeline doesn't fit. That drives me insane. So I'm trying really hard to make sure that doesn't happen in my own stories by keeping this little, some people call it like a character Bible. I don't like calling anything the Bible but the Bible. So I don't know, it's a character notebook. It's a journal to keep all your facts straight as you're going along. So having said that, yes, I already know I have holes because I'm here writing about a secretary at my police station, and I totally cannot remember her name. So instead of writing her name, I have to write a little blank line so that I can remember when I go back to fix it, because I'm a crazy lady. You would think my imaginary friends would just stay still and let me write about them, but no. All right, so let's do this for 15 more minutes, and we're going to call it quits probably after 2 rounds. It's late. It's, what is it? It's Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. This Wednesday was my first official one since school started back up where I wasn't tutoring. Usually I'll tutor all day Wednesday, and then my kids have activities in the evening. So I feel off center today. And I know for people who are going to be watching this on YouTube, they're going to be watching it whenever they want to, not on Thursday night, and be like, why did you stop writing? But this will be a shorter one. And so we'll do a 15-minute sprint, and we'll check it in. My goal for this 15 minutes is I'm at 57,875 words. My goal is just to break 58,000. If I can get those words down to where I'm over the 58,000 marker, I'll be happy, because every 1,000 words, in my opinion, from this point on is a huge milestone. I'm super close. Like, I only anticipated this book to be about anywhere from 55 to 65,000 words, which is actually pretty short. It's about a, I don't know, 225 word novel. Page novel. So it's already a little bit above what I thought it would be. So I know I'm almost there. So 58,000 words is my goal for right now. We'll see if I can get there. All right, get your focus on, and we're going to go for 15 minutes. Here we go. I have 5.5 minutes left, and my mind just will not focus. So what I do now is I just tell myself, it's only 5.5 minutes. I don't have to write forever. I just have to finish these 5.5 minutes. But I hate that. I hate writing when it feels forced. Do you guys ever feel the same? I want it just to flow. It could just be my coffee too. Maybe I should have had that matcha. All right, that's the timer. And I did get out of 58. So I got to 58, 203. Let's see how much that was. Even after my brain fog and pause, let's see. Mm-hmm. 323 words. That's not bad. I cut off 10 minutes and I'm only short like 230 words. That's awesome. So today I have written almost 1,000 words. I've written 800 and I don't know, I'm just going to guess. 886, I think is what it comes down to. That's not bad. That's not bad for 40 minutes of writing. How'd you guys do? How'd your projects go? Don't forget to save it if you're on the computer. Save, save, save. I save it in multiple spaces because I'm paranoid and I've worked really hard and I don't want it to go anywhere. So file, save, file, save. So I'm just going to give you guys a little tiny peek for the people who've stayed this whole time. And let you know, my second Honey Pot Mystery should be coming out in February. I'm hoping for that. Let me show you something. This right here is not the final draft, but this is, let's see, what copy is this? This is probably the 7th or 8th edit. This is now a beta edit, which means it's gone to my beta readers and they've gotten back to me. And I'm going to fix what they found and then grammatically edit it again and then send it out, format it, get the cover done, and then get it back so I can start the line by line edits and fix all those things. Yeah. I hate making a mistake in my work. It drives me crazy because I know the story, so as I'm reading it, I fill it in. And at this point in my career, I'm not able yet to purchase professional editing on my entire piece. I'm hoping that will come soon. That's a goal in the next year or so, is to boost up sales a little bit so that I can so I can get things professionally edited more often. And when that happens, I will go back and have all my originals re-edited, reconfigured, and I'll fix all those and I'll put out new editions of them, cleaner editions of them. But for now, this is what's going to have to how it's going to have to be, because as an indie writer, you don't have the same amount of professional backup for a while. That's just how it is. I'm a homeschool mom. You guys know that. We live off of one income, which God does for us, and that's amazing. But it leaves very little to invest in things like this. And it's risky. Being a writer, and especially putting your work out there, is very, very risky and very, very scary. People could hate it. It could be horrible. You might put out the wrong book. Oh my goodness, what if I had waited and put out my sci-fi series first? Maybe I would have been more popular. Maybe I'm ruining my reputation by putting out these cozy mysteries first, and then no one's going to take my sci-fis that I love seriously. Things like that really go on in my brain. What about you guys? Do you guys ever have any writing anxiety like that? Yeah, there's a lot of things to add to this ever full hand of spinning plates. So thanks for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I hope you were able to do some writing or some work. I love these. I know that they don't get as many views live as some of my other things, but in the days to come, they will get a lot more. I know there's a few homeschoolers out there who their students will focus along with me too. So hi. to all my homeschool mamas and homeschool mamas' kids out there. I'm really glad you came. Tomorrow is going to be a book chat. Please, 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 if you haven't already, go back 2 weeks and answer the questions from my very short video. I think it's 3 minutes long. I answered the questions last week, but answer yours or ask a question. Is there a certain kind of book you want to know about? A series, an age group, a curriculum? My shelves are full of things, and not all of them are great, but I will share anything I know and anything I have with you guys. So let me get my hand ready so you can have that awkward stare while I'm turning off my video. It was great to hang out with you. I'll catch you later. Bye.